Hey everybody, I'm going to put this phone down where it is. I want to talk to you a bit about how to change the world, how Christians change the world. A lot of talk that I hear about Christians, from Christians, I should say, talking about changing the country, turning the country back to God, turning the country back to its Christian roots and all of those things. And I just want to take a minute to remind you that God doesn't work in the same way that people do. Sometimes we think that the way that we turn our country back to God or we turn people back to God or whatever is by having everybody vote and making sure we get a right candidate in and making sure we get the right people in office and all these different things. Listen, a couple things. One, I look at the life of Jesus. I'm reading through the Gospels this order just to get a handle on the life of Christ. And I look at the life of Jesus and I notice one thing: never talked to a politician. Never spoke to Herod. Never spoke to anybody until he was arrested, and he had to talk to Pilate because he was arrested. But never did. Why? Because political power wasn't his thing. And God's kingdom is bigger than any government. God's kingdom is way bigger than any government. So how do we change? How do we change the world? Well, because that's really our goal. Our goal is not to change the government. Our goal is to change the entire world. How do we do that? Three things. One, Philippians 2 talks about this. It says, do everything without grumbling or complaining. Listen, I am the world's greatest grumbler and complainer. That's not really a category of things. It's not something to be proud of, but I am like the best at it. I really am. And I challenge anyone who thinks they're a better grumbler and complainer than I am. I'll grumble and complain you under the table. No question about it. But that's not what we're called to do. We're called to be thankful, praising people. Second, Jesus said, if you want to be great in God's kingdom, you got to be the servant of everybody. So it's time to start serving. Band together with other Christians who feel the same way and make it your goal that nobody's going to go hungry in your community, that homeless people are going to have a place to stay in your community, that all of the kids in foster care who can be adopted get adopted in your community. Start there. Service will do it. Service will change generations because it's Christians acting like Jesus. Third thing, sacrifice. Third thing is sacrifice. Sorry, I had a little phone call there. Third thing is sacrifice. That's what Jesus did, right? He emptied himself of everything, the glory of heaven. He emptied himself to become a servant here and to die as a criminal here on a cross. Listen, when we are willing to sacrifice everything, to see people fed, see people clothed, to visit those who are in prison, to visit those who are sick, when we're willing to do that, that's when you're going to see people change. So if we want to change our culture, if we want to change our government, all those things, I'm not saying those are bad things, but what I'm saying is we've got to start by changing us and our communities of faith. I'm talking about the faith community. Our people of faith have to band together with praise, with service, and with sacrifice. When we do those three things and we work together towards common goals, just the things that Jesus talked about in Matthew 25. I was sick and you visited me. I was hungry and you fed me. I was naked and you clothed me. Sorry about that. I got another phone call. Listen, when you are able to do those things and when we are able to band together and do those things, guess what? That's when communities change. That's when people change. And that's what we're really called to do. So if you want to change America, start by changing you. Start by getting involved with people who are around you, who want to effect change in your community, and sacrifice. Do what it takes to make sure that people are cared for in the name of Jesus. That's how you see real change happen. Listen, guys, I love you. Obviously, I have some phone calls I got to take care of, so I'm going to hang up right now. Love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.